Yo, I said stop myself, I'm not myself. Headed into anything knowing that I got myself. And all my enemies wishing that I shot myself. Dead on the bed, clothes covered in red. Stop myself, I'm not myself. Headed into anything knowing that I got myself. And all my enemies wishing that I shot myself. Dead.
What is up, y'all? Mike and Nick here in a Mike versus Nick special for the Saudi Arabia UFC card this weekend. We're about to give our breakdowns, talk about some betting angles, and, chop it up as usual. How are you doing today, Nick?
I'm good, but Mike, how are you today, man? Sorry about any fucking background noise. My dog's being a pain in my ass right now, so he's chewing a toy.
Hey, you already know, man's best friend. I'm a big fan of the dogs. I'm enjoying my night. I had a little deer jerky. My boy went hunting, brought home some meat. No Diddy, watching this Lakers game earlier, Warriors game on right now. I'm having a good day, bro. And I know we didn't chop it up before this session as much as we usually do since we just hopped in. So I was just rambling there for a second. You having a good week this week? Tell me that's not an Eagles jersey. Is someone muted?
I was unmuted, but my connection was unstable, so I literally just got back to full connection. Yo, what up, TJ? Our boy TJ's in the house. But what'd you say? Did you ask about the jersey?
I was seeing the green. I didn't see much else, and I saw what looked like a bird wing. I was like, is that a goddamn Eagles jersey?
Bro, okay, one sec. Three guesses to guess who this Eagles jersey is. And if you're on live on the comments, first person to guess it after 3 guesses, I'll zell you $10. I'll zell you $10. Number 80, green Eagles jersey. Kelly green Eagles jersey. Whose jersey is it?
Was Jamison Crowder ever on the Eagles?
Nope.
Number
That's
80.
anyone on live too. Green Eagles jersey, number 80 that I'm rocking. Zell is open, $10 if you can guess who it is.
I can assume it's a wide receiver.
Okay, it's a good guess.
I don't pay attention to the Eagles that much. I don't remember. No one number 80 is coming to mind. The only person I'm thinking of is Deshaun Jackson, who is not number 80.
Well, I take one more stab at it.
I probably wouldn't be able to tell you.
All right.
Carter.
Did you know that Chris Carter, the Hall of Fame wide receiver, was drafted by the Eagles?
Nah, I'm not
hip. Most people don't know that. This is technically his rookie jersey.
That's tough.
Yeah, bro. This is my favorite jersey of all time. My brother bought it for me, actually. So,
well, I won't hate on that one, but I'll hate on the other ones.
I unfortunately do have one more Eagles jersey. I have an Asante Samuel. I saw it at Zia, and it was a throwback Reebok jersey stitched for $14. Like, how the fuck do I not?
I like Asante Samuel, though. He spent a good bit of his career on the Patriots, did he not?
Yeah, he spent his best year on the Patriots, if I'm not mistaken, bro. TJ said I would have said, but I already knew. Shit. Well, you should have said I would have sent you the $10. It would have been
He said anyone in the live.
Anyone. That included you, TJ, but he did know because I have told him before. But anyways, I know y'all didn't come here to talk about fucking football jerseys and shit like that. With that being said, this card has some good placements on it. Few fights have fallen off though already, which is little bit interesting to say the least. And especially with these Saudi cards, it's not as easy to replace the fighters because they're in a place that doesn't have fighters just readily available. It's not like a Vegas card where in 4 days notice we can just replace someone. It's not like we're booking flights, cutting weight, so on and so forth. So we had a few fights fall off, nothing that really makes me shiver in my boots or anything like that. So let's jump right into it. I am pulling up DraftKings right now so I can get the lines and the fights. I prefer to go off of DraftKings than Tapology. Maybe I should go off of Tapology to not let the odds sway me. I'm going to do that. Give me 1 second. Pulling up Tapology on my computer.
Even though it says the odds, even though the odds that are on Tapology usually aren't the most recent odds. So whatever odds you do see, I would not necessarily ignore, but they may or may not be updated versions of each of the lines.
You have to click on it to get the odds. So the odds don't just populate on the actual page.
Okay.
So it works out either way. So first fight of the night, you have Mr. Hamdi Abdul Halab. Hamdi Abdul Halab. I don't fucking know how to pronounce that name. Versus Jamal fucking Pogues, dog. Jamal should be a light heavyweight, should be more athletic than Pogues. Let's let you start off with this one because I know how much you absolutely love heavyweight MMA.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm going with Hamdi. I'm pretty sure he's in. I haven't looked at the odds for this as well. I was saving it till now, like going out of my way to not look at the odds, which I love doing. But I think I mean I got to rock with Hamdi. He has 3 professional mixed martial arts fights, which is not a lot. But he's an Olympic wrestler. Jamal Pogues, decent stand up, but from what I've seen from Jamal Pogues, he likes to wrestle a lot. And I don't think that's going to be an option against Hamdi, even though Hamdi was a Greco-Roman, I believe. But I bet you his takedown defense is going to be sound. He fought Dontel Mays on short notice, who is big as fuck. And it was like a couple days notice, or maybe it was a week notice. I can't remember exactly, but it was short notice. Dontel is huge, and he was able to handle, his business in that fight. Obviously, he had been on steroids. My assumption is because he wasn't, aware that he was going to get the call up. So he's like, yeah, I'm just juicing, working out, hanging out. And then they're like, hey, do you want to come fight? And he's like, obviously, I can't turn down this opportunity. So yeah, I'm going to come fight. Wasn't able to, piss clean in time. It is what it is. I don't have any comment on it. Yeah, that was Phil. I mean, it was a short notice fight, and as I was just explaining, I'm saying he could have just been off schedule. Like I don't have any UFC fights. I'm not in the UFC. I'm just doing what I'm doing on juice, just like a normal big, not normal, but I don't know. I don't think Pogues is gonna be physical enough, athletic enough to get Hamdi to the ground and control him from there. And if it's a stand up fight, I think it's a toss up. So give me Hamdi. Hopefully he's the underdog.
I haven't looked at the odds. Let me go pull up the odds for this fight. Hamdi coming off a juice, gas bags. He actually didn't really look like a gas bag. He just looks like a gas bag, but he didn't really gas out too hard. But the juice aspect always makes me worry about it. Jamal Pogues is a gas bag, and it sucks because he shouldn't be. He should just put in the work and the road work. What up, Big Phil? Head honcho, decision fight.
Probably a decision.
This is a skip fight altogether for me. If Jamal Pogues' odds are better than plus 250, I would take Jamal Pogues as an underdog purely based off a betting standpoint. In terms of prediction, I have 0 prediction or 0 bet for this fight because what the fuck is this fight, bro? Like,
hey, let me see if they have.
Holy shit, bro! This is an even money fight.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Give me the guy that I think the UFC would still rather win in Hamdi. Yeah, I'll take Hamdi in this one, man. Off the sauce or not, give me the undefeated guy. Doesn't he have like high level wrestling credentials?
Yeah, he's an Olympic wrestler.
Yeah, give me that Olympic wrestler in this case.
Right?
Even money. Even money. How the fuck not?
Make a coffee during the fight.
Hashtag hate and black coffee.
Hey,
you know
Phil, this one right here, Hamdi by knockout. Hamdi inside the distance, had 2 years to recover from using his steroids. He's got a natural build now, and he's going to come out there and get it done 4-0. And they're going to try to use that Olympic credential as a way to market a potential heavyweight contender.
Don't call him a contender.
Well, that's what they're going to do because heavyweight division sucks anyway. So they're going to be like, he's now 4-0 in the MMA. He's 2-0 in the UFC. He's an Olympic Greco-Roman wrestler, and he's blah 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 blah. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? They'll put a spin on anything, especially in that weight class, in order to get somebody with any sort of name or hype or whatever. Not that he has those things, and his name is very difficult to pronounce. But Mike log off. Dude, I can totally see him doing that. You think they're trying to boost up Jamal Pogues? I feel like if anything, they love talking about an Olympian, Look, he's an Olympian. He's in the UFC. I mean, that's just me thinking about their motive.
All right, big dog. So next up, we have Lucas Alexander versus Bogdan Grad. You want to go first on this one, or you want me to go first on this one?
It's up to you. I'll go first if you want.
You can go first on this bad boy.
So I like Bogdan Grad. He had that fight against Michael Aswell on Dana White's Contender Series, and this is an Apex fight. They must like Bogdan Grad over there in Saudi, because I do agree with you on that one. Lucas Alexander, I feel like he's a pretty solid striker. He's gotten his clock cleaned a couple times now, which makes me nervous because Bogdan Grad has shown that he's got hell of a chin. He's got dog in him. I don't know how to rate Michael Aswell in comparison to Lucas Alexander, but at first I was like, ooh, Lucas Alexander might, poke around, stick and move and find like a clean finish or just outpoint him. But then I start thinking about Lucas Alexander's durability, and Bogdan Grad is a dog. So I'm like super torn on this fight. At first I was like, ooh, Lucas Alexander's probably an underdog. He's a slick striker. But then you got Bogdan Grad, war of attrition style, pressure fighter. And I don't know. I feel like if I pick Bogdan and he goes out there and gets pieced, I'm gonna be like, so obvious. But then I pick Lucas and he gets chinned, so obvious. So it's definitely a toss-up fight for me at the moment. I'm having trouble picking, but I probably lean Lucas Alexander.
Yeah, I couldn't be more opposite than you in terms of lean and how I feel about this fight. All right, so let's break this down a little bit, a mile a minute, right? Bogdan Grad, I think, has a pretty good pre-UFC regional record. I think 14-12 overall as a record's pretty solid. Getting starched by Tom Nolan in the first round, a little sketch, but Tom Nolan starches everybody in the first round if he's going to beat anybody at. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of what he does. He has flashy style striking, spinning wheel kicks, solid style head kicks and things of that nature, which I don't love for a cardio aspect and cardio purposes, but he can go to decision and he can fight for 3 rounds. So I don't necessarily question his cardio. And then we're going to talk about Lucas Alexander, who lost to a fucking Indonesian, which one you always bet against the Indian and Indonesian. I'm fucking sorry, bro. Say it what it is. I always bet against the Indian fighters. It's just a fact. The Indonesian is close enough to me. Sorry, Phil. Don't take offense to that as well if I'm mixing up my Asians. Who lost to fucking Weston fucking Wilson, who is quite possibly the lowest level on the roster you can possibly fucking have. So the fact that Bogdan Grad is a +1 is an underdog, even if it's even money underdog, +100, fuck that. That's a smash spot, bro. Bogdan Grad has the striking edge in my personal opinion, because I don't think Lucas Alexander's striking is good enough to where his striking defense gets him smacked. And we do know for a fact that Bogdan Grad can crack, and he has decent grappling, man. And if you has at any point that Lucas Alexander shoots, he has a mean guillotine. So hit it on the regional Indian. So, hey, Phil, I know you're Cambodian. I'm not saying that you're Indonesian or Indian. I'm just saying, fucking, if I'm mixing anything up, my apologies for my lack of culture knowledge. So yeah, give me Bogdan Grad, bro. In terms of confidence, I'm pretty decently confident about it. So.
I was, dude. I was feeling confident in it, but something is telling me that Lucas Alexander might piece him. I don't know why. He's very hittable. Michael Aswell was, having his moments. It was a very back and forth, close fight. Bogdan Grad the power wasn't really there in that fight for me. But Aswell,
Lucas Alexander, all his wins are against like legitimate cans, and one of his wins against Jacob Kilborn, he shouldn't even have fucking got, because it was due to an injury. If you go back and watch that fight, it's like a gross ass arm injury. It's fucking bullshit, bro. So, men bet against the Indians, but never bet women's MMA is my rule.
We be following.
I mean, that's
we be betting on women's MMA like shit. Nick.
Did it break up again, my connection?
Yeah, I think so. But it's all good. You were like...
All right. In this case, man, let's move on. Never bet women's MMA used to be a rule in my betting Bible until I found the underdog theory in my life. Speaking of which, Jasmine Judavicius versus Myra Buena Silva.
Perfect time.
That is a fucking interesting fight, man. You want to
That's
go
a
first on
banger.
this one, or would you like me to go first on this one?
Dude, I'm a massive, massive Jasmine Jasdavicius fan. She has been making me money since she's been in the UFC. She has just found herself plus 300, plus 240, plus 180. And I don't know why that was happening all the time. And it's like, bro, she's going to go out there. And when, especially against Miranda Maverick in Canada, I'm like, bro, plus 260, whatever the fuck she was. Give me that. She's, heavy-handed. She's tough. She doesn't get tired. She always looks to finish, as much as possible in a women's fight. And I love Jasmine Jasdavicius. The only thing about this fight against Mayra Bueno Silva, I feel like she's getting overlooked completely by the odds makers based on this kind of streak that Jasmine has found herself on. Mayra Bueno Silva, questionable move down in weight, but I don't think she's going to have any issue in terms of the cardio and the weight cut. But Mayra Bueno Silva, she is dangerous and her striking is pretty solid. In my opinion, she was winning that last fight against Macy Chiasson until, the cut happened. She was dominating that fight. And then she found herself in a bad position, got elbowed and got cut and ended up losing via TKO. But Mayra Bueno Silva, in my opinion, is a very live dog. I actually do know the odds for this fight. I think she's somewhere around like plus 180, plus 190. I love betting Jasdavicius when she's an underdog, but at minus 230 against a very dangerous contender and submission artist, former title challenger in Mayra Bueno Silva, I would be sketched and nervous to bet on Jasmine Jasdavicius this weekend. If anything, I would take a dog shot or maybe a Mayra Bueno Silva by submission sprinkle.
So purely based on the theory play, I would think Mayra Bueno Silva is the play, right? Good dog money, almost 2-1 money. Here's a few things that worry me. She's coming down in weight, which the weight cut could negatively affect her. We see in women's MMA, I feel like more times than not, it negatively affects the women. But something in my heart tells me it's going to positively affect her. The fact that she's going to have to put the miles in, the road work in, just the work in, just to lose the weight in general, right? Another thing is you have someone that does gas out, which worries me in Mayra Bueno Silva's case, against someone that just pours on pressure and quite frankly gets stronger as the fight goes on. Jasmine doesn't necessarily, from a technical standpoint, she's pretty good straight down the pipe. She good at mixing in front kicks, which I really like. Her offensive wrestling has a lot to be desired, so I don't think she'll be able to get Bueno Silva down. And if she does get Bueno Silva down, I have a feeling Bueno Silva has a jiu-jitsu edge or a grappling edge just in general. But the question comes down to, does Bueno Silva just kind of hang out on her back and relax? So all in all, I think the price tag on Jasmine Jasdavicius is fucking ridiculous, man, at minus 230. I'm going to take the dog shot on Mayra Bueno Silva, even though I do think Jasmine does have the goods to win the fight. This could be a live bet scenario to where maybe Mayra looks really good rounds 1. And if you see her gasping for any sort of air by rounds or minute 6 or 7, you take her. Or you take Jasmine live. I'm sorry. So those are my thoughts.
Yeah.
Dude on the left looks like a QB with the stash. LOL respectfully. Sunshine. I do love Remember the Titans. So I don't take that as disrespect. That's much respect. Thank you. That's hilarious.
Let's get it. So looks like we're both on Mayra Bueno Silva. I won't be surprised if Jasdavicius wins, but I don't like betting.
Let's be clear here. I said I would take a bet on Mayra Bueno Silva. I do believe Jasmine Jasdavicius wins the fight.
Well, it sounds like you're on Mayra.
Yeah, that's kind of like, it does sound like I'm on Mayra, but I'm taking Jasmine to win the fight. I'm taking a bet on Mayra. He looks like an 80s porn star. Clark. Nah. We all know the rules of a porn star name. You have to name it after your first pet and the first road you lived on. So in that case, I'd be Toro Selden. Young Toro Selden, Sunshine, legend.
I'd be Sasha Hendry.
Yeah. Huh?
That's a good. I'd be Sasha Hendry.
Sasha Hendry. These are like great porn names. Toro Selden, Sasha Hendry. It's no longer Mike versus Nick. It's Toro versus Sasha.
Yeah, I'm an Eastern European.
That's fucking hilarious. You have Damir Hadzovic versus Terrence McKinney. We can buzz through this one, right? This one's pretty clear cut and dry. Terrence McKinney's going to come out here and fucking starch him. when the bet comes out in DraftKings, gone, or in BetMGM, gone in 60 seconds or less, if the odds are anywhere plus 600 or more on Terrence McKinney, because usually they're like plus 2,000, I'm going to take Terrence McKinney at plus 500 to plus 600. He's going to come out to the mirror. He's going to come out swinging and banging. He's going to storch this 38-year-old man, even if he takes him down and then fucking subs him. Give me Terrence McKinney, whatever the under is going to open up to be over under. I'm going to take the under, and I'm going to take it pretty easily, because even then in that case, Terrence McKinney can gas himself out. And man, he is just chinny as hell. So yeah, give me Terrence McKinney. Give me Terrence McKinney under 60 seconds. Give me Terrence McKinney by finish. Give me Terrence McKinney under the under, whatever that under drops. That's exactly how I'll play it, and I'm fairly confident in it.
Yep, I agree. McKinney has more subs than he does knockouts, but I feel like this one's going to be a knockout. So I like Terrence McKinney by knockout in round 1. Sub 60-second finish is fire too. There's definitely a possibility of that. When Terrence McKinney is fighting, the fight is not going the distance. And that is something that he's proven time and time again, whether it's a win or a loss. But I think this is a good get-right spot for McKinney. And they're giving him a dub out here. Krishna is a Ravens fan. Krishna, come be a Commanders fan with us.
Hey, Krishna, I'm a Cardinals fan. I'm just rocking the Eagles Chris Carter jersey because I like football jerseys in general. I like wearing them and rocking them. With that being said, Krishna, Lamar Jackson's my MVP. That's for damn sure. What a fucking bummer end of the season for you guys, man. So respect to you, dog. Better than the fucking Cardinals this year. Fuck Cliff Kingsbury, since Philip's watching. I know you like Cliff Kingsbury as the OC, pretty solid, but he's going to go be a head coach somewhere and fuck up someone else's offense like he did the Cardinals for 5 years.
He's been great, dude. I think in the right organization, he'll do just fine.
Yeah, well, I don't think you had him as a head coach for 5 fucking years, Mike. So until you've had him as a head coach for 5 fucking years, I don't want to hear shit.
I mean, it's true, but the Cardinals, I don't want to diss the Cardinals, but they aren't the best. I mean, neither are the Commanders, but we had some weapons that are,
We were consistent playoff contenders when we had Bruce Arians here. We just happened to have playoff fucking or quarterback injuries by the time playoff season came around. We played 2 separate fucking playoff games with fucking Kevin fucking Cobb. Motherfucking Kevin fucking Cobb, boys. Max fucking Hall had a fucking appearance in a playoff game. Shut up. This man took over for fucking Bruce fucking Arians, who left us in pretty decent fucking shape. Fuck Cliff Kingsbury.
Kyler Murray might not be the answer.
I agree with that 100%, man. I love K1, but I'm off the K1 train, unfortunately, man. He just tried to do too much this fucking year, man. Just do your job, man. Do your job. We could have made the playoffs. We could have made the fucking playoffs. We could have had a wild card run.
Kyler Murray should be on the Oakland Athletics right now with my boy Brent Rooker. Maybe tearing shit up. And Lawrence, what the fuck's his name?
Lawrence Butler.
Yeah, dog.
Seth Leday, dog. Seth Brown, dog.
All dogs.
Fucking Oakland A's and fuck Kyler. Fuck Kyler. I can't believe, I don't know. You're sending me down a path of hate. Let's talk some MMA. We have, for the final prelim fight, Shamil Gaziev versus Terrence Peterson. Real quick, I just want to show this. Thomas Peterson. I'm sorry. I was reading Terrence McKinney under. I can't even get fucking American name rights anymore. I'm fucking up. But bro, I have to show you this because it's so hilarious. So I was doing tape study for the LFA card, and then I wanted to see the Sneeve or the Kniev fight versus Steve Collins because that line really interested me. And bro, amongst my tape study and my research for this fight here, I found fucking what's the dude's name? The Kniev, Kelton Sneeve. That's his name. I saw that he was training with Thomas Peterson. And this photo of who Thomas Peterson and the gang is training with had me in tears, bro. Just cackling, bro. Just fucking. It's just so fucking funny to me, bro. It's like,
that's a massive human, though. Look at his head. Who is that?
Like, Why the fuck?
That's some country boys right
Why
there.
the fuck is Sneeve, who's like a 135er, training with all these heavyweights, and this dude had me just.
That's some country boys right there. Yeah.
It's just, oh my god! And I didn't realize Thomas Peterson was fighting this week until I saw him fight Gaziev.
Thomas Peterson's decent.
No, he is. And you know what's funny, bro, is Thomas Peterson is not a bad fighter. It's just, I'm sorry, bro. It just had me fucking undeniably weak. I called him beating Muhammad Usman. Pretty happy about that. Oh, God. It's just, he just doesn't have a good record. He just hasn't beaten the greatest guys. And Shamil Gaziev, I just feel like was thrown into the fucking wolves, man. Like, I truly feel like he was thrown to the fucking wolves. Oh my God. I don't know how to go with this fight. I hate betting heavyweight MMA. I think it's the worst shit to bet ever. My dog wants me to throw the ball for him. Gotta throw the ball for him.
I think this fight's going over, bro.
I mean, the over is probably going to be juiced to all shit because they're both going to be gas bags. Unless they think Gaziev really comes out here and smokes him the first.
I mean, Gaziev finished his fights, so I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't decent money for an over 2.5, or if they gave for some reason they're giving out a 1.5, which that's not going to happen. But if it does, that's a hammer spot. I think Thomas Peterson's tough, man. I don't know what the odds are on him, but if he was like plus 300 or something like that, I think he's worth putting a small bet on. And I would say betting the point spread, but the shit is so rigged. Like, we can watch like a 3-round, just a straight up 30-27, like clear as day, and they'll still go 39-20, 39 or 30-27, 30-27, 29-28, just to cook the spread. And that shit's so annoying. So don't ever bet spreads. But what is Thomas Peterson's odds? That's a corn-fed white boy right there. You know, he's strong. They getting in them rounds. What's Thomas Peterson's odds?
Oh my, it's so
Bros.
perfect, bro.
What is Thomas Peterson's odds?
Plus 270, bro.
I like that. He's probably not going to win, but he's tough.
After seeing those photos, how do I not bet him, bro?
It's American right there.
How do I just not bet him? All right, we got one more card to talk about before we dive into really the juicy ones here. Kane off, and then we're gonna have we're gonna have our boy Marshall join in here too as well with us to talk about this main card, bro. He's gonna fucking give us some of his Ohio love here specifically. It'll be a little bit of different flavor. We'll have all different corners of the world. So we have Kane Khan Offley versus Mohammad Naimov. And these odds, I wish I would have looked at the odds, are fucking retarded, but it's exactly how I reflect the fight to be. Mohammad Naimov, I thought was going to be a way better line. He's a minus 310. Motherfucking minus 310, bro. Especially after fucking the way he died in his last fight. I mean, it wasn't his last fight because he's had another fight since the Felipe Lima fight, but fuck, dude. Naimov at minus 310 is kind of fucking crazy. He's good. He's solid. He cracks. But Offley, man, he did not look good against Myron Santos. He got his leg kicked to pieces. He got fucking chewed up and beat the fuck up. I mean, he had some decent wins on the Contenders or on the Ultimate Fighter, but damn, bro, the Ultimate Fighter had a bunch of cans that season. So when the odds do drop for it, give me Naimov by finish. So I'll take Naimov by finish.
Yeah, I feel like minus 310 isn't terrible for Muhammad Naimov unless Alfie comes out and he's made some significant progress in his fight game. I mean, Myron Santos is good. I'm not saying like, oh, Alfie got smoked by some random. Like, I think Santos is a pretty solid prospect, but as well, Muhammad Naimov is pretty damn good, and he's pretty big and he's pretty strong, and you know, he has that. I mean, even though it was sus, the win where he was just cheating the entire fight against Nathaniel Wood, I rate Nathaniel Wood very highly, and Muhammad Naimov is willing to cheat to win. So that's another reason why I would not be hesitant to add him to a parlay. Like, oh, this motherfucker is going to do whatever it takes. He's willing to cheat in there. He's willing to do whatever he needs to do to get that dub. He's fighting for your money. So let me get Muhammad Naimov parlay piece probably. I think you're muted.
Yeah, cheating is something I'm never upset about because it shows that they fight for their money. The only thing you ever have to worry about is if they get a point deducted. And then you just go bet the point deduction at plus 2,000 because every single time on BetMGM or DraftKings, if you go to the fight to have a point to be deducted, you go and bet it. The only time I've ever seen it lower than plus 2,000 when it was Cameron Simon was fighting Peyton Talbot. It was funny as fuck. It was at plus 1,500. First time I ever noticed it be different, which I just found. It just made me giggle because Cameron Simon, the fucking master extraordinaire of getting points, or not points taken, but just causing fouls. So, yeah, I actually love on just a square parlay before the main card starts, and I really think it's hammerable, is Terrence McKinney and Muhammad Naimov at minus 169. Super square, but I think it's super smackable, and quite frankly, I think it smacks for sure. So, we're going to bring my boy Marshall on, Doug. We're going to fucking bring Marshall on, Doug. Of course, he's wearing his Ohio State shit. You are muted, Marshall. You need to unmute yourself. Let us know. Let us know who you are.
What's up, yo?
What up?
This is my boy Marshall right here, man.
Definitely got to represent, man. National champs.
You already know the vibes. I was rooting for Notre Dame. I can't lie, but it's all
I'm
good.
not going to lie, bro. The only bet I took 2 bets on that game, and I won both of them. I took the under first quarter total points at 9.5 at plus 140, which I couldn't believe. And that hit at 7. And I took the Ohio State spread at 8.5. And I was clenching my butt cheeks at the end there. So
yeah.
I think I read the stat line where it said we covered the spread all year long.
Yeah, I don't know if that's – let's see. I doubt that's the case. They covered it all year long because that would be an unfathomable fucking feat.
It was some crazy stat like that. Like we covered whatever point spread.
I think you guys did cover in bowl games. You guys went 4-0 in every single game. I do know that. But overall, let's see here. Overall, you guys went 10-6 against the spread. I just looked it up.
So I got to read that again. It was some line. It was something that was a point spread that they said we did real good with.
Let's jump into this next fight. This is actually my favorite fight of the night right here. Saad Nurmagomedov versus Vinicius Oliveira. I fucking love this fight, man. Loke Dog is someone that I really enjoy watching fight more so than anything. He seems to be an underdog that everybody in the community really seems to love too as well. He plus 136. I've seen his line move down from plus 160, which a little bit worrisome. Saad Nurmagomedov has one of the best front chokes in the game. He's super gassy, but kind of Oliveira is slightly gassy too as well. Oliveira has moments of bad fight IQ. He's a dog in terms of striking. If he gets taken down, he's going to scramble and move and fucking keep the scramble going to the death of him. We saw that in the Sopaj fight specifically. The few takedown attempts that Ricky Simone even got in on, it seems like Ricky Simone had no chance against. He was beating up his leg. He fucked up his own leg when Ricky Simone checked the leg kick and got his leg fucked up in that moment. Vinicius Oliveira is someone that at plus money you want to bet on, but something tells me Saad Nurmagomedov is going to win this fight, whether that be by a front choke, whether that be by, just outpointing him, especially in Saudi Arabia, getting a fucking robbery decision. I won't count that out. And Vinicius Oliveira too as well, man. Fucking just makes dumb decisions all the time in there. He'll fight for your money, but his fight IQ is not high level. So in this case, unfortunately, give me Saad Nurmagomedov. I'm going to watch the line live, and I'm really hoping I see Saad start to gas as the later rounds go on, and Loke Dog kind of get that dog in his eye, and I hope he rips the body like he was doing against Ricky Simone, as well as chopping down those legs. Marshall, let's let you go next. What you got on this one?
For this fight, I think my pick is going to be Saad Nurmagomedov. I think right now, like Vinicius Oliveira is still a younger fighter. He has a lot less fights than Nurmagomedov right now. So on the experience level, Saad pretty much has him by a long shot. I see here that there's a few times that he's been scheduled to fight. Nurmagomedov hasn't fought since, 2023, if I'm correct. So it's been a minute for him. I'll take him over Oliveira, even though Oliveira, he's kind of still riding the coattails of that knockout that he had last year. So we'll see what he could do.
Man, I don't know, man. I thought that Ricky Simone performance was super impressive and high level. And honestly, Said Nurmagomedov's last performance was his best performance. So, Mike, what you got, brother?
I'm going with the hot hand, bro. I'm going with Vinicius Oliveira. I think Said Nurmagomedov is very good, and obviously his front choke game is good. We know it, so I'm sure Oliveira knows it as well. Looking back at that Said Nurmagomedov fight with Jonathan Martinez, it was very close. I did have Jonathan Martinez winning that fight, but it was very, very close. I think Vinicius Oliveira will be able to take things from that fight. And also implement his own game plan. Just strike, try not to engage in any sort of shot. Like if he's going to try to grapple, do not shoot neck first because you will get guillotined. I think he's a pretty lengthy dude for the division, and his performance against Ricky Simone, like Ricky Simone is a very tough test for your second fight. Obviously, his first fight, short notice, Bernardo Sopai, which he was losing until he wasn't. But he went out there and, in my opinion, he dominated Ricky Simone. He never allowed him to get going. Ricky Simone is a tenacious wrestler. He wasn't able to get any of that off. And Vinicius Oliveira was able to just pick him apart and kind of beat his ass. Said Nurmagomedov's well-rounded. He's a good striker. He's good grappling. But sometimes I feel like it's submission or bust with him. And I think Vinicius is live to win on points via striking or to potentially get a finish of his own. So I'm going with the hot hand, the guy who's been more active, and the up-and-coming contender that I want to win. So I'll ride with him.
Fuck that. You talked me into it. I'm gonna ride with him as well, bro. Give me Loke Dog. give me Loke Dog as the underdog. I'm with that shit. The more you make me think about it, the more I'm like, you're right, man. He's gonna scramble for my money. He hopefully won't shoot himself into some dumbass front choke.
You would think, man.
If he stays away from those stupid spinning kicks of Said Nurmagomedov or those like question mark high kicks that he likes to throw, he should be quite frankly safe in the striking department. So you talked me into it, mate. So if we lose, it's due to your fault.
I'll take it on the chin. Hey, it's going to really be Oliveira's fault. So I'm going to have to DM him, let him know that he made me look bad. It's like, nah. I'm excited for that one. That's going to be a fucking banger, man. I feel like not as many people are talking about that fight as I thought. There's a couple other fights that stick out more to a lot of people, but I'm excited for these two guys to scrap.
Yeah, that's my favorite fight of the night. My favorite pick of the night is actually next, though. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go next on this one. Man, Mike Davis versus Faraz Zayem. We're getting a stupid line on Mike Davis right now, man. Minus 148 is crazy to me. Like, this should be a minus 250 fight at bare minimum. Fuck, my hair is bothering the shit out of me. But whatever, I guess I just got to deal with it. It just keeps getting worse and worse per the fucking, there we go. Anyways, Mike Davis, strong as shit. Better wrestler offensively, solid on the reverse level. Fucking has attempted like 14 fucking takedowns or landed like 14 fucking takedowns in his last two fights. He can still crack. He works the body. Great 3-round cardio. He's not chinny like someone like, say, respectfully to Steamroller Fabola. And he's not like a straight up traditional wrestler, man. He's going to cage push, cage wrestle. He's going to drag from the legs, and he's going to dog it out until the fight gets there. He's also really good in the clinch. Faraz Zayem has solid 1-2s down the middle with some decent kicks. And he has interesting grappling because he's so long and he can get underhooks and he can space himself out so long to where people can't collapse their hams the same. The best thing about Mike Davis, he can run single legs and he can run it to the back too as well. I'm super confident in Mike Davis. The fact that we're getting Mike Davis at under a minus 150 price tag is absolutely insane to me. I think you can roll over all your winnings from the prelims of this card and smash them all on Mike Davis. This is my most confident pick of the day. It's not a lot. It's not an underdog, but it's someone that I truly love and truly think gets the job done. Better fighter. What you got, Big Mike?
Exactly how you're thinking is how I was thinking Sunday night and through Monday night. And I was like, Wow, that is crazy. We're getting Mike Davis at a really good price tag. Fares Ziam was, out grappled, out wrestled, and finished in the first round by Terrence McKinney, which is no shade off Fares Ziam, because Terrence McKinney is a fucking beast if he gets the finish, and he did in that fight. But Fares Ziam, I was telling everybody, I was like, bro, the lock of the week, Matt Frivola, like from everything I've seen from Freziam, like this is the lock of the week. And then when I saw that fight, I was texting my friends. I was like, I've never seen him fighting like this before. I've never seen him do any of the shit he's doing here this well. And that knee that he brought up, you can call Frivola chinny, which I mean, yeah, he's a little chinny. That knee that he landed on Frivola is putting people to sleep, bro. And I was feeling so confident in Mike Davis up until like maybe this afternoon. I was like, why is the line so close? Like, they're expecting that an improved version of Freziam could come in here. He has good defensive grappling. He showed that against Claudio Puelles. I don't know, man. I'm pretty torn on this fight. I really want to say, yeah, Mike Davis is a hammer spot, but something is telling me that Freziam is live to win here. And I mean, the improvement that I saw between the fight before Frivola to the Frivola fight, the improvements were vast. And if he's still improving at that alarming rate, we could see, some solid takedown defense. I think Freziam might be able to outstrike Mike Davis if it does end up on the feet. But Mike Davis is a beast. Other thing is he's injury prone. Who's to say he doesn't go in there and get injured? I don't want to, let me knock on wood, but this one is tough for me to pick. I was so confident in Mike Davis up until earlier today, and now I just have this weird feeling about Ziam.
Marshall, what you got for us, friend?
Real
quick, before you start, I do want to say, I forgot to say this. The Ziam fight is very comparable to me to the Borishev fight in terms of how they utilize their kicks, maybe not their 1-2s, and also their body frame. And look how Mike Davis handled Borishev, who I know is a fucking slaughtered lamb off of his back. But just wanted to say that.
For this fight, I think I'm going to go with Mike Davis. I haven't really watched too much of either of their fights, but I'll say I've watched more of Fares Ziam's fights. That's just my take on this one. I don't even know enough about both of those fighters to say who's going to be better than other. I know the odds on this one, they're 140 under for Mike Davis. So I'm going to stick with him on that one.
I appreciate the honesty, and you're not trying to bullshit the people, bro. You can bullshit me. You can't bullshit the people. But thankfully for the next three fights, I know for a fact you know all of these fighters because we've talked about them all a million times. Sergey Pavlovich versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Mike, the GOAT of heavyweight MMA betting. I swear to God, Mike, if he had like an ROI tracker on this show on how he bets heavyweight, it's fucking pretty impressive, I will say. It's hard to bet heavyweight MMA. So what you got for this, brother? Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Sergey Pavlovich. Have you seen the odds, and do you want me to tell you?
I already have my opinion, but I have not seen the odds. What are the odds?
Pavlovich is a -325, and Rozenstruik is a +260.
Okay, that's interesting. I was hoping after the Volkov fight, it would have been a little bit closer than that. I was originally thinking in my head, I'm like, ooh, this is another one of those opportunities, just like Volkov, where he might be able to get out techniqued in this fight. And then I start to think about it, and I'm like, right back to not that Sergey Pavlovich is of the level of Francis Ngannou, but all it took was Francis Ngannou to rush Jairzinho Rozenstruik and catch him on the button and put him down. And we've seen other fighters, not that Jairzinho is glass, but at heavyweight, if people land, you're going down. And I have a feeling, a la Francis Ngannou, Sergey Pavlovich is going to be able to just rush Jairzinho Rozenstruik and put him out like he was doing up until he faced a master technician like Alexander Volkov. I did have an inclination of, is Jairzinho Rozenstruik going to be able to go in there and use the technique and catch a dub? I don't think so, man. I think Sergey Pavlovich is coming back with a vengeance, and I think he most likely, if I was going to put a little bet on there, maybe Sergey Pavlovich round 1 knockout.
What you got for us, Marshall?
I don't know if I'm going to say a round 1 knockout, but I definitely do think Pavlovich is going to win this fight. I think any type of opportunity to have a come up for Rosenstrike is pretty much out the window at this point. He's too fucking flat-footed to win this fight. Let's just say that. But no, honestly, I definitely got Pavlovich. I think he has a chip on his shoulder. I think he kind of had a clinic put on him in his last fight against Volkov, and everybody seen that. I'm sure he saw that. I think he probably knocks him out. Whether it be in the first, I don't know, but I definitely think it's an impressive win on his part.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all kind of in the same boat here. We're all on Pavlovich. Here's the thing about Jairzinho Rozenstruik, just from like a technical aspect. Volkov utilized a long, rangy jab. Jairzinho Rozenstruik utilizes a inside low kick as his jab, which I find very interesting. We did see in the Gaziev fight he utilized a jab far more increasively, but Gaziev's like a fucking ogre moving forward as compared to Sergey Pavlovich, has some semblance of footwork, and his pocket boxing is nice as fuck. That is unfucking deniable. Getting fucking Tom Aspinall is probably the best heavyweight on planet Earth right now. Granted, I think John Jones has we'll talk about that later. I think John Jones has a great chance to win that fight. And Volkov is what you called it, Mike, a tactician, a master tactician. Long front teep kicks. Swolkov now, we got to call him what he really is. He's Swolkov now, baby. Solid long fucking jabs, front kicks. Someone that we can really appreciate and really be impressed by. I see that Mike's actually gone right now. He'll be back, so I'll chop it up for a little bit before he gets back. I like Pavlovich here. I think Pavlovich gets it done in the first round. You said that he was too flat-footed. I don't like the fact that he counters with jabs or counters with inside hooks and then also tries to use his inside low kicks as a jab. It's always been something I found very interesting from Jairzinho Rozenstruik. So with that being said, give me Sergey Pavlovich round one. But if things start to get dicey live, I think it is important to check to see how Pavlovich's cardio is, to see if he hasn't maybe put a clinic on Rozenstruik yet, because Rozenstruik could be someone, and we have our boy back. We have our boy Mike back. I was saying that I would also take Pavlovich round one, but something about me also says watch this fight very closely live, because if we see Pavlovich try to go in for the kill and say he doesn't get the kill and or gasses out, Rozenstruik we've seen can fight 5 rounds. He no doubt can fight 3 rounds. So this could be a great live betting opportunity is the point that I'm making. Round one, Sergey Pavlovich will be my bet, and that is going to be the bet I'm going to take, especially if it's plus money. I feel like after his last 2 losses, we're going to get a slight discount on the plus money here. Because if you think about this, if this was even after the Tom Aspinall fight, not even the Volkov fight, the Aspinall fight, what would this fucking line be, boys? Minus 450, minus 500 maybe? Trajectory of the careers are kind of similar at the moment because Rozenstruik is on a win streak as compared to Pavlovich is not. So still give me Pavlovich. Live bet line is going to be open for your boy to play around with, because if we get Rozenstruik at good money and he's playing well and he's not using that inside fucking calf kick as a jab, who knows? So, yeah, we're on to the next fight. I forgot that I was actually running the show, too, as well. I was ready for Mike to lead us into the next one.
I know. I was about to say something, and then I just got stuck because I heard a little tick, tock, and I was like, hey, I'm vibing over here. And, yeah, usually, so I'm going to have my within the next week, I'm picking up a new desk until so I'm ordering like a big desk with I can put the PC, I can put the Xbox. It's like an L-shaped joint with like a lifter, so I can stand up if I want to. I'm getting some of that stuff within the next couple weeks, but until then, I'm copping a normal desk. I'm getting the nice ass PC, and I already got the monitor, so the setup's gonna be better. I'm not gonna have to deal with my computer that I have right now. So soon, the upgrades are coming within the next week or so.
Hey, Mike, if I call a perfect card, will you show me some chest on live?
Yeah, sure.
Bet. I just wanted to make sure. that could be a good, proper agreement between us.
We're back in the gym too, baby. So the diet has kicked in. No bread. We ain't doing no sweets, no ice cream, no baked goods, no cookies, no candy. Only water, milk, chicken, rice, veggies, salads, salmon, Coke Zero, because I don't drink or anything, so I gotta have my Coke Zero. But hey, it's healthy season. We're about to get lit out here. So you already know I'll flex on everybody.
That's Mike's pecs and his abs right there, dog. That's what we're gonna see. Y'all don't even know. He's always wearing big baggy clothes, but Mike's fucking beefed up, bro.
Bow. Soon.
No homo.
By beach season, we gonna be right.
So a lot of people are excited about the next fight. Fucking Shara Magomedov versus MVP, dog. MVP moving up to 185. And bro, I gotta check the odds on this because, man,
I have no idea what they could be. I have no idea.
I don't know what they are either, but I'll tell you right now, anyone that's been watching the show long enough should know where I'm going with this pick. Anyone that knows me should know where I'm going with this pick. And quite frankly, if you don't know where I'm going with this pick, I don't think you know me. So, boys, do you want to tell the people who my pick is?
I know Nick gonna pick MVP.
Goddamn right, Nick's gonna pick MVP. That's not even a at plus 145. Ah!
How does he win?
The M parlay, dog. The fucking M parlay. Mike and Mike. The Mike and Mike parlay. And I'm going to go get a box of Mike and Ike's, dog, while I'm watching this fight. And I'm be eating these Mike and Ike's while watching the Mike and Mike parlay, dog. Watch this shit. MVP plus 145. The fade's been coming on Shara for fucking ever. The fade is here, boys. The fade is fucking here. MVP hasn't slowed down. He's going to outstrike this fucking cunt. He's going to anti-grapple this fucking pussy. Watch the fuck out, boys. MVP's finally going to get that knockout we've been waiting for. Shara's going to gas out because he's going to throw a million spinning wheel kicks and a dumbass million spinning back double elbows. And then he's going to shoot a double leg. And then he's going to get a flying knee to the fucking chest, dog. And it's going to break his fucking sternum, dog. And MVP's going to fucking knock him out. Third round, dog. MVP, dog, money line, plus 145. Parlay with Mike Davis. Fucking take him by finish. MVP, smash spot of the week. Boom.
He said, "Who?" I rate Shara higher than you do. I think he's actually very good. But the thing is, he's fighting at a massive disadvantage in any fight that he's in on account of that he has one eye. And when you're fighting a guy, an MVP, who is as technically, well, he's also awkward to deal with. He has a very awkward style, but he's his striking, in my opinion, is very technical as well, regardless of whether or not he keeps his hands up. And he's lightning fast. And being a guy with one eye against a guy who is as fast as MVP, that's a recipe for disaster. Maybe the UFC, I don't even know who they want to win this fight. You would think they want Shara to win, but MVP is a big name in his own respect. I think he's going to be too fast and he's too evasive to get cracked by some of the shit that Armen Petrosyan was getting cracked with. And yeah, I'm pretty confident in MVP, bro. That one eye thing is really like, how are you about to put him against the guy, probably the fastest guy, even at fucking 38? He's probably the fastest dude in the welterweight division. And then you're going to send him up where the guys are slower. And he's already tall as fuck. That boy is huge at welterweight. And you're going to put him up against a dude with one eye? I don't know, man. I could see him winning by decision, but I could definitely see him catching something, catching Shara with something that he doesn't see coming, you know? So I like MVP in this fight, and I think it's his get right spot as well. Shara's, a relatively big name. Did I freeze? Am I frozen?
We have been having these morning combat technical difficulties. Holy hell, it's hilarious how many. Shout out to Morning Combat, but we've been getting so many technical difficulties. It's ridiculous. He's going to catch him with a broken sternum, bro. He's going to fucking flying knee to the sternum, dog, and break his fucking solar plex, dog. How about that one?
I think it's going to be a punch, bro.
I'm hyped about this one. Marshall, what you got for us?
For this fight, I'm going to go with MVP. I like both fighters. I like watching Shara. I know a comment was made earlier where, like, Shara is probably a little bit better than we think. Granted, he is at a disadvantage. I'm sitting here looking at some of the metrics too. MVP has a longer reach on top of, I believe MVP is probably, if you had to compare the two striking wise, I think at this point in the game, he's just a lot more sharp in pretty much everything that he does. Not taking anything away from Shara's game, but I think MVP wins this one convincingly. Whether he knocks him out or not, I don't want to predict that, but I definitely got him beating Shara. Can't really see him doing anything in this fight.
Yeah, MVP is just an absolute nightmare matchup for anybody who isn't a pressure wrestler or grappling savant. I mean, obviously Ian Gary showed against Shavkat how good his grappling is. And he was ultimately able to use that against MVP as well. But if you're a stand-up striking fighter, you are in a load of trouble going against MVP. And I think that's where Shar is going to find himself this weekend. Is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, so we're all on MVP over here, man. Clean
Is
sweep,
this at
bro.
185 or 170?
185.
It's at 185, bro, but that's good to me for the older MVP. He doesn't have to cut any weight, dog.
He's big, dude. He's
and
big.
you
man.
know the one thing that doesn't bother me at all, bro? This is technically a striking matchup to me. How many times have we seen MVP go up against a high-level wrestler and wrestle so fucking well? And yes, Logan Storley is still a high-level wrestler, dog. So, I mean, he's put on camp after camp against other grapplers and
Bro, what is going
this
on
connection
today?
is insane, bro.
Bro, it's
We're
happening
getting
on both
killed
sides.
with this.
I feel like it's you, then it's me, then it's you, then it's me. And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? Do you have Xfinity? Is there a national outage?
I do have Xfinity,
That's
but
perfectly fine.
They're bugging, bro. I'm about to hit them up and be like, yo, you guys messed up my stream. Let me get $20 off next month, or I'm about to go to fucking Fios.
yeah, so we're all on MVP for the clean sweep here, man. It's gonna be a striker versus striker matchup.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, I
But
think Nick is frozen.
I see him. Wait, is he frozen?
no, I could, bro. This is ridiculous. All right, well, thankfully, we are on the main event. Mike, let's let you go first for the main event. We have Israel Adesanya, the style bender, dog, fighting for the first time in 6 years. By the way, for the first time in 6 fucking years in a non-title fight. Pretty fucking insane, bro. It's like as long as I've known my boy Marshall over here. Fucking versus Nasruddin Imavov. What's up about that name pronunciation? You like that one, dog? I got you.
Yeah, you done good. You done good. Yeah.
And by the way, we have props for this one. If you want to give me props, we have lines on props for this bad boy. We also have lines on props. Holy shit. These props just dropped as we were talking, by the way, about MVP versus Shara, by the way. Sorry, I'm going back to it. MVP by knockout is plus 600. If you're saying that's not worth a play, you don't know how to gamble.
That's worth
600 is nutty. By decision, it's plus 275, almost not worth the juice. But fuck, dude.
That's not bad either. Honestly, plus 275 for decision is not terrible.
Watch him get a crazy choke, so you take him by plus 500 at double chance, bro. Like,
Right.
I don't know, bro. I kind of love that shit, to say the least. And if you want to take Michael Page in round 3 plus 2,000, which I think is where he would get the finish. So individually in rounds, Michael Venom Page by finish, just by finish. Round 1 plus 1,000, round 2 plus 1,400, round 3 plus 2,000.
Not bad. Not bad. Definitely some juice.
I've never given out a round prop in my fucking life on this show. First round prop I'm ever giving out. Let's do round 2, round 3, boys. Plus 1,400, plus 2,000. Let's fucking ride. Sprinkle each of them. Your dick's going to be hard when he finishes them.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm not. I mean, shit. I'll play that too. I'm not sure he's gonna knock him out, but I do think the one eye thing, he could really fuck him up. Something quick that he doesn't see, and those are the shots that put you out. For the main event, bro. how am I not about to go with my boy? How am I not about to go with my boy, the middleweight, arguably GOAT, Izzy Adesanya, bro? I mean, Nasruddin Imavov is good, and I've been saying for years that this guy is a problem. I still think he's a problem, but at the end of the day, he's going against an aging, to be fair, Izzy Adesanya, but as we see in the higher divisions, that 35 and over curse is not as unforgiving at the higher weights. So guys can still be 35, 36 and have success. Imavov is young. He has a good wrestling game. He has good striking. He's pretty, I would say he's good everywhere. But the thing is, Izzy Adesanya is great everywhere. I believe his takedown defense is going to hold up. I'm sure he's been working his cardio. He got a little bit tired against DDP, who is an absolute cardio freak. But I want to say, what does Nasruddin Imavov bring to the table that Israel Adesanya has not seen before? And plus, Izzy's boxing looked incredible against DDP. He was boxing very well. He wasn't kicking as much because of the threat of the takedown, and he was really piecing DDP up. As far as I'm concerned, he was picking up momentum in rounds 3 and 4 up until inevitably he was finished. But DDP's a freak. Nasruddin Imavov has gotten tired in the past. We've seen it in round 3 against Joaquin Buckley, getting his ass beat after dominating for 2 rounds. And he's grown since then as a fighter. And we've seen him put on some pretty great performances, but he has not fought anybody of the caliber that is Israel Adesanya. And I'm pushing for my boy to get a comeback win. My boy said it the other day. He is in an absolute must-win spot, Israel Adesanya. If he wants to stay relevant at the top, which I believe he truly wants to do. He wants to go out there and prove that he still has it. And I'm all in on my boy. I fucking love Israel Adesanya, man. So heart pick and head pick. That I genuinely think he wins this fight, betting or not. I don't even know what the odds are. Tell me he's an underdog.
Let's let Marshall give his pick, and then we'll talk the odds. What do you got, Marshall?
For this one,
I just want to
think
hold
this
suspense here. I want to hold you. I'm rim jobbing you, motherfucker.
I think this is actually going to be a better fight than most people anticipate. Many people probably think that Imavov is a guy that's just the next man in line to face Izzy. I'm taking a look at some of the opponents that Imavov has had. He's fought Sean Strickland, Dolidze, Cannonier, Buckley, Brendan Allen. So he's fought a handful of people at 185. He's definitely seasoned. I'm interested in seeing what becomes of the grappling exchanges in this fight. As far as Izzy, I do take him winning this fight. I don't want to say whether it's a knockout or not, but I think he could probably knock him out. Like you mentioned earlier, Izzy's getting a little bit older. So Father Time is undefeated against all. So it's going to be interesting to see how he holds up against a guy who's a lot fresher with the hands. I think he's more than capable of winning the fight. This is also a fight that, we're going to see like where Izzy's mindset is at, being that he's coming off of a loss. I think you mentioned it's been 6 years since the last time he had a title fight. So this is kind of uncharted territory for Izzy, especially like this late in his career. So if he's able to finish him, I think that gives him some more momentum, and they'll have some conversation to have like a title fight, possibly a rematch against him and DDP. But I got him winning by decision. I'm gonna just stick with the safe bet on that one.
All right,
he could knock him out, but if I had to do a bet, it would be a decision.
So I'm gonna go with Nasruddin Imavov, and he's my 4th favorite pick of the. I'm just fucking with you guys, bro. I'm gonna take fucking Israel Stylebender Adesanya. Izzy by finish at plus 300 is screaming my name. I think old school Stylebender is gonna time to style. Nasruddin Imavov has that style stance where he's almost bladed, that loves to get its legs kicked. And the minute he goes square, Izzy's going to pick him apart from range, unless Izzy's really slowed down that much when it comes to the money he's made and his fame, which I think he finally has a chip on his shoulder. I think it's finally time beyond just Alex. And you know what? One thing that no one ever fucking talks about, yeah, he lost to Sean Strickland. Yeah, it seemed like he kind of gave up on DDP. I appreciate that. The Sean Strickland's a one-off for me. I'll always call that a one-off. I never think Sean Strickland's the better fighter. If they fought 9 more times, Izzy wins that 9 more times. I truly fucking believe that. That was the 1 of 10 times that he wins. I think the fact that he struck Alex Pereira the way he did, even though he was at that moment in peril danger, fuck that, bro. Israel Adesanya is going to style on Imavov, who hasn't been an impressive except for the Cannonier fight, and Cannonier's like 42 years old at this point. So give me Israel Adesanya. Give me Israel Adesanya by finish. Let me parlay Michael Venom Page and Israel Adesanya by finish, plus 2,300 parlay for the brothers parlay. The brothers parlay. You know what I'm saying? Anyone get the reference? American
What round?
What's Izzy's odds?
Bro, Izzy's odds by regular odds, I'm sorry, minus 162.
That's pretty good.
Great line. Great line. Minus 162 for Izzy. Hammer spot. Him by finish plus 300. I really like as well. Him by knockout plus 330. If you want to take just a stupid little squeaky parlay, why not take him by submission at plus 2,500? It's finally time for Izzy to get one of those front chokes off with his long ass limbs.
Against fucking Imavov. That's going to be hard to submit Imavov.
Gassed as fuck. Imavov, watch him round 4, breathing hard as fuck, shoots for a stupid ass takedown, gets darsed up.
Izzy by knockouts in round 3, 4, or 5, and Izzy by knockouts in round 4 and 5. Both method and round combos on FanDuel could have some serious juice.
Yeah, bro. I think that would actually be a great play. 3, 4, and 5 is like I don't have FanDuel, so I can't pull it up. You got the duel, Marshall?
No, I don't. I deleted it.
Oh, you don't got the duel right now. Well, yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at. We're all on Izzy here. I think Izzy Styles on him. Marshall's on the decision. Mike, what you think? You think it's going to be a decision or a finish? If you had to give like one firm, this is what it's going to be. What would you say it's going to be?
I mean, like, I could 100% I could see it going. If I'm picking Izzy, I can 100% see it going to a decision. But at the same time, like we already spoke about, he has a chip on his shoulder. I truly believe Izzy does this for the love of the game. And I think he has something to prove, not only to us, but to himself as a fighter. And I think he's going to go out there.
Here comes the pause.
He's coming back with a vengeance. And I think he's going to, fuck it, let's say knockout. Oh, man, bro. We back?
I'm here.
We're back. Yep, we're back after this fucking.
Where did I cut out?
Chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he's got a chip on his shoulder. I think, he has something to prove, not only to everybody else, but most importantly, I think he has something to prove to himself. And I could definitely see him going out there and making a statement against a younger fighter and Nasruddin Imavov with a finish. Probably, if it's going to be a finish, like I said, in the later rounds 3, 4, 5, we could see him potentially get a TKO against a gassed Imavov who has shown better cardio as of late.
Yeah, he has shown better cardio as of late, but not someone that's going to keep the Maybe not. He might not keep the pressure on him, but he's going to feint and do all the things that make you overthink and exacerbate the nervous system. So I'm pretty confident in Izzy by finish, man. Like, I just feel like in this bright light spot right here, it just feels right to me. I just see a classic Izzy finish coming. So
I would love to see it. I'm very excited. Israel Adesanya is one of my favorites. I'm definitely rooting for him here. I think this is a super, for a fight night, especially, dude, fuck, it's going to be at 7 a.m. for you. 9 in the morning over here. Me and my boys are linking up. My boys making some breakfast. We're going to have a bunch of eggs, breakfast meat, blah, 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 whatever. Have a little morning feast. Watch UFC from 9 to fucking 4, and then throw on the boxing card. Watch the undercard and watch David Benavidez beat the fuck out of somebody on Saturday evening.
Dude, holy fuck, that fight card is so fucking good. Don't sleep on Brandon Figueroa versus Stephen Fulton. I think Brandon Figueroa could get the finish, but Stephen Fulton is someone to watch live because their last fight was super close. Fucking, y'all know I love boxing. If y'all don't know, my dog's named literally after Naoya Inoue. This is Inoue right here. It's my dog. But fucking, with that being said, bro, you also have there's another few fights. I'm having such a mind block. David Benavidez gang over here, by the way, Arizona, bro. David Benavidez is going to fucking put a hurting on David Morrell. And don't fucking be surprised if David Benavidez stops this motherfucker, just saying.
I think he's going to.
I think he's going to too as well, bro. Late round stoppage is just screaming juicy to me too as well. So, oh, and you have Isaac Cruz versus fucking Angel Fierro. So, oh man, I'm pretty fucking stoked, bro. I didn't even know Pitbull was fighting on this. I'll fight on this card.
We got a long, beautiful day of fights. I'm super excited.
But yeah, Benavidez by knockout is plus 320. So, Marshall, man, I appreciate you coming on, bro. I fucking hope that you can watch some fights this weekend. Maybe watch some fights with me. If not, maybe some boxing. So.
If we got a morning card, we might be able to make that happen. I didn't know that the card comes on at 7 a.m.
7 a.m., baby. See you there. So, all right, y'all. Since
y'all take it easy. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Marshall.
Hey, you already know. Give us a like, give us a comment, give us a subscription, share it with your friends. Hop on Twitter, throw Combat Sports Today a follow if you want all the latest news, fighter updates, matchups, fight cards, fight results, pretty much everything you need to know about anything combat sports. CS Today News on Twitter. And thanks for joining everyone today. And sorry about the technical difficulties. Usually this never happens. So
first time. This is the first time we've had like legit technical difficulties. It was dope having Marshall on. I like having extra guests on, getting other thoughts, breaking the monotony. So I hope we can do that again with other people maybe too as well. I think it would be dope to get people that are passionate about talking about fights and that just in general like the fighters that we're talking about. So
next pay-per-view, I could call on one of my boys or whatever. If it's just a little tiny fight, like a little small fight night, we can just chop it up. But if it's like a big card like this one or like a pay-per-view, we could tag in a homie. I know I have a couple buddies that would, if I gave them a tiny bit of notice, that would love to hop on as well.
Yeah, bro. I think it's always a fun time with the homies. So, all right, brother. Well, I appreciate you. I love you. You're the fucking man. Make sure to follow Combat Sports Today. Big ups to Phil, the head honcho. Also on the One Championship rankings panel now. So big fucking news for our head honcho, Big Phil. Respect to that. We appreciate you guys. Love, peace, chicken grease. I'm out of here.
Peace, y'all.